Okay, Jim, that's all very interesting, but how's it actually going to work in practice? How's it going to be delivered? What's going to be the result?
Okay, well, the first step has been identifying some people to be the guinea pigs in this trial, and so what we've done is we've looked at what their current background is in terms of the sector, and we've identified a number of units which they're going to do, some of which are based really on what they do already. So, for example, there might be one on woodland ecology for someone who manages a wood, for example. So it will be things that they feel very comfortable with, but which we can hopefully they can demonstrate skills very, very quickly on those, gain some confidence, get a unit under their belt, and then we'll move on to something slightly more challenging. And the way it'll work essentially is we'll use a range of evidence. We'll use witness statements. We'll use some documentation on those early ones, but probably not a great deal. Well, what we'll particularly use is mobile technologies, and particularly we'll use video. One of the things we think, which we know will work because we've tried it with the existing BTECs, is actually filming people doing particular roles and where they have to explain as they're going through exactly what they're doing and why. So they can articulate it, but without having to write those ones down. So we'll move them then through those to ones which are slightly more challenging. So perhaps one on environmental interpretation in the countryside sector, where they'll have to look at different ways of explaining things, different media, for example, and that will probably lead them to actually producing something slightly different. And then finally we'll move them on to something which requires a slightly more extended piece of writing, but hopefully they'll have gained some confidence as they go through that, and obviously that our tutor will work with them and give them support on that. So basically we'll build a portfolio which hopefully will get them the BTEC award, so they will be able to demonstrate their capability of working at that level. The involvement of the lecturer with the student will put the lecturer in a position to actually write a reference on the student's ability when they apply to the HEI, and hopefully with those things then they would be able to apply and get into the HEI of their choice.
And they will be extremely well qualified before they get to the HEI if they do that. They'll be in an excellent position to get a job.
Well, hopefully, because
build on it.
Okay. Fantastic.